This is Paz with the Chinese diet, and since today's post is about cleaning and purging your kitchen to get ready to lose lots of weight and create your own Chinese kitchen, I thought I would share with you my Chinese kitchen. So this is the kitchen that we've had for a year now since we've been living in China, and I thought I'd share what it looks like and all of our utensils that we have inside of it. So let's go take a look. So as you're purging all of your duplicate fry pans and spatulas, I'll show you what we have in our kitchen. So this is our one fry pan that we have. You can see it's a little dirty because we use it every day. Then under here, this is our storage area. And we have one pot. And then we also have one of our Chinese cooking pots, which is ceramic. We also have our Chinese medicine cooking pot. So we're not expecting any of you to go out and get one, but you can't mix your pots. So if you have Chinese medicine, you need a special Chinese medicine pot. All right, so that's basically everything that we have to cook all of our meals. Now let's go on to the appliances that we have. When we moved to China, we didn't bring anything with us as far as cooking utensils or appliances go, so we got everything here. Actually, my mom and my mother-in-law got us a few things when we first arrived, and we've had them the entire year. So our first one is going to be our rice cooker. So this is our one and only rice cooker for all 5 of us. It is a 4-cup rice cooker. So this is it. This is what we use every single day. Then they also got us this handy dandy water heater. So most families here in China have one, and all you do is you fill it up with water. You put it on there, and then you turn on, and as you see, it'll start boiling your water, and then you have hot water. So you use that for soups, teas, and instant coffee. Unless you're lucky enough to have one of these, which I got for Christmas, which was very nice. Most Chinese families don't have a coffee maker, but Zeke found one for me, so I got a nice coffee maker, and now I can make coffee. But these 2 appliances are going to be what most Chinese families have, and this is actually what they're going to make the majority of their meals from. So now, let's take a look at our dishes. So, when we moved to China, we didn't bring any dishes with us. We had to buy everything when we got here. So this is where we keep all of our dishes. In Chinese kitchens, as you can probably notice, there isn't much storage space. So they have these sanitizers that look like ovens, but they're not. They're kind of dishwashers, but they sanitize all of your dishes. So these are going to be our rice dishes that we eat out of, and we'll talk about that more in a couple days. Here you have all of our chopsticks. A couple things that we did bring from the States. We brought some forks with us and some knives, but we rarely use these now. We have our REI Nalgene bottles that we use every day. And then here are the rest of our dishes. So we have our cups, our plates, and then a couple of our sauce platters. So as you can see, this is the entire space that we have to store dishes, so it's much less than we were used to in the States. And we've actually been really happy with it, and there's been only a couple times over the course of a year that we felt like maybe we needed a couple more dishes. Alright, so now let's take a look at our utensils. So these are all of our utensils that we have. As you can see, we have one spatula, then we have a fry spatula, we have our large butcher knife, we have our grater and our peeler all in one. This is going to be our rice spatula, so we use this for getting the rice every time. We also have a smaller knife for some smaller cutting, our scissors, and then our beautiful chopsticks. So this is what we have for cooking meals. This is what we've used for over a year. And actually this is going to be a lot more than most Chinese families have. A lot of times when people come over to our house to eat, they say, oh, how nice it is that we have so many utensils. Which, to us, this is very little, as I'm sure to all of you living back in the States. So it's just good to keep things into perspective. We also have our wonderful cutting board. This one's actually new. We were on our second cutting board because we cracked the first one. And then now let's take a look at what's inside of our cupboards. So since we have such limited space in here, we have about 3 cupboards that we can actually open, and I thought I'd show you what's inside of them. So this is cupboard number 1. In here, you'll actually see that it is pretty empty, and the few items that we do have are my Starbucks coffee. So you know you can get Starbucks in China. A couple of wine glasses for when we have wine. My daily vitamins. Some instant oatmeal, which is always good. Some cups for the kids. Some sugar right here. And then some noodles. But even though we have limited cupboard space, we're actually not using all of it. Then we have our microwave, which I won't open it up because it's very dirty inside. And the reason why it's dirty is because we never use it. In the year that we've lived here, we've probably used our microwave twice, and that was within the first month that we were here. We've learned how to reheat all of our food on our stove or with the heated water, and we'll talk about that in some later posts. But now let's take a look at our refrigerator. So this is our beautiful refrigerator, and you can see it's actually a small refrigerator because I'm very short. I'm only 5 feet tall, so this is a 5-foot refrigerator, probably by maybe 2 feet wide. And let's take a look and see what's inside. So this is what we have in our refrigerator right now. So just point out a couple things. We have some soy milk for the kids. We have our spicy sauce. We have some other sauce here, some black vinegar sauce. And this is going to be some barbecue sauce. Ketchup. These are taros. And then, let me see if you can get in here. We have some strawberries from strawberry picking. Some potatoes. And then right now we have an eggplant, half a carrot, and a cucumber. So since we buy our food almost every day or every other day, we actually have very little food in our refrigerator at any one time, unless we're about to cook it. So this helps for snacking late at night if there isn't anything in here that is dangerous or bad for you. You can't really go and do any harm to your belly. So if you'd like to come in here at 1 in the morning and snack on a cucumber or carrot, please be my guest. But this has helped us a lot in keeping our weight under control because we don't have preservatives in the refrigerator or boxes of ice cream to go in and eat in the middle of the night or when you're really hungry. So let's take a look at our freezer. This is the freezer, and there actually is, in here we have some ice, and that's about it. Since all of our food is fresh, we actually don't freeze anything. We buy our meat when we're going to use it, so if we're going to use pork in a couple days, we'll buy pork tomorrow, and then we'll either use it tomorrow or the next day. So not only is all the food fresh, but we're not having to freeze it and store anything, so we could probably use half the size of this refrigerator. So now let's take a look at our oven. Okay, so that was actually a joke because we don't have an oven, and 99.9% of Chinese kitchens don't have an oven. So all of your bread or cakes or sweets are going to be steamed. So all of the food and all the recipes that you're going to be receiving, which they're delicious, are going to either be steamed or they're going to be made in a pan, just like this. So they're very easy and very simple. If I can do it, you can do it. So now let's take a look at all of our seasonings. Okay, so here we are at our seasonings. In the States, I had a cupboard full of seasonings, probably 30 plus seasonings, and I had no idea what they were, what they did, or what recipes to use them in. Most of them were probably old and expired and shouldn't have been in the cupboard in the first place. So all of your recipes with the Chinese diet are going to be natural, and they're going to be roughly 4 or 5. So you can keep track of it. If I can keep track of it, you can keep track of it. So let's take a look at what they are. Here we have our oyster sauce. Then we have our light soy sauce. We have pure rice vinegar, white pepper, and then the 3 that we use the most is our cornstarch, salt, and chicken bouillon. So they keep them right here in these handy little containers. I actually think they're kind of cute. Of course, we have our oil. So most Chinese people are going to cook with a vegetable oil, a peanut oil, or an olive oil. So you can pick whichever you like. We cook with a peanut oil just because that's what seems to be the most popular and give the best flavor, but you can choose whichever you'd like. Alright, so now let's take a look at the rest of the kitchen. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our video, but I wanted to show everyone what the entire size of our Chinese kitchen looks like. So as you can see, it's very small and our counter space is actually very limited. So if you feel like you're cramped for space in your kitchen or you're not sure how you're going to be able to make all of these recipes, just don't worry, relax. Again, if I can do it in a kitchen like this, you guys can do it in your kitchen at home. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. But we hope you guys are excited to get started, and tomorrow we will create our Chinese kitchen.